Canada says it is investigating credible allegations about the potential involvement of the Indian government agents in the murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a Khalistani terrorist. Canada's High Commission says it has decided to temporarily adjust its staff, meanwhile its presence in India after the diplomats received threats on social media platforms. This was after India suspended the visas.
India, the government of India, needs to take this matter with the utmost seriousness. We are doing that. We are not looking to provoke or escalate. We are simply laying out the facts as we understand them, and we want to work with the government of India to lay everything clear and to ensure that there is proper process.
Meanwhile, the Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh, who fled India in 2017, was allegedly killed during an inter-gang shootout in Canada as well. The police have confirmed the incident of shooting on September 18th. The list released by the Indian side included his name as well. Canada has also reached out to its allies for support. Ottawa has been discussing the matter with key allies such as the Five Eyes Intelligence Sharing Alliance, which also includes the United States, the UK, Australia and New Zealand. So far, their response has been muted. Even in the domestic sphere, Prime Minister Trudeau has not been able to build any consensus. Canada's opposition leader Pierre Poilievre earlier said that the risk could be real if Trudeau's government fails to prove the accusations. If the relations go further south, there is a lot at stake for both countries. They are both Commonwealth countries and members of the G20 group of leading world economies. Since 2018, India has been the largest source country for international students in Canada. India was Canada's 10th largest trade partner in 2022. New Delhi and Ottawa were close to signing a trade deal agreement, but the negotiations, as we said before, have hit a roadblock as countries like United States, Australia and UK express concerns over Canada's allegations. This confrontation can have geopolitical consequences as well. And Siddhant is still with us. And Siddhant, obviously, strong statements coming from the Indian side, but what can we expect the Canadian side to do? We know that they have said that they are going to tighten security outside Indian consulates. Is there going to be more tit-for-tat reactions from their end as well?
Well, first thing, we have only seen two statements by the Canadian Prime Minister, one in the Parliament and another one which was more conciliatory. He's saying that he is not trying to provoke India, and since then we haven't heard much from the Prime Minister. But essentially we know that there has been increased threat for the Indian missions, and in fact we know that Khalistani extremist groups based in Canada have said that they are calling for a shutdown of Indian missions on 25th of September. Now that is a serious concern, and we saw how the Indian External Affairs Ministry earlier today in the weekly presser called on the Canadian side to fulfill its diplomatic obligations, and security of course has been beefed up. But all in all, when it comes to the ongoing tensions, the big concern for India is the security of its diplomats and of course of its nationals as well, given how India has issued an advisory. But the focus from the Indian side is that the Canadian side need to take action against extremist groups and almost 20 individuals against whom India has suggested not only to take action but also to extradite them back from Canada to India.
Right, Siddhant, thanks very much indeed for joining us with the very latest there on what's happening in this rift.